Hello, my name is Stephen Oliver, and I'm making this video today to explain a current situation regarding the state of Florida and the attorneys in this state. I was arrested March 25th, 2019 for possession of less than 1 gram. But the charge is less than 20 grams because less than 20 grams is personal possession. I was also arrested for possession of a grinder, a marijuana grinder. That's what I used it for. And I paid a tax on it when I purchased it up here at Condom Knowledge. And according to Montana versus Kurth Ranch, okay, that's the Montana Department of Revenue versus Kurth Ranch went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled that any given state in this country was either allowed to tax for possession of any given private property, or any given state is allowed to prosecute for possession of any given private property. But no state anywhere in this country is allowed to do both tax and prosecute for possession of any given private property. And this is what the Supreme Court ruled, and this is what we go by as our law. All right, now here in Florida, things are, well, apparently, even though Florida is the only federal state, federal law apparently don't mean anything in the state of Florida. All right, now, I own a marijuana company. It's the Panama City Beach Marijuana Company, LLC. I am licensed and registered with the state of Florida. Now, as I contacted the Florida Department of Health, they told me that I also had to be a certified marijuana dispensary tech, or I would not be allowed to sell it. I would have to hire someone that is a certified dispensary tech in order to sell it. So I took the course and I obtained the certification. So I also am a marijuana dispensary tech, which is certified, meeting the requirements of the state of Florida. All right, now, as I own a licensed and registered company with the Department of Health and the Division of Corporations, I'm still not allowed to legally sell it according to what the Department of Health told me 2 days before I went to remodel the location, and which I was told would have to be the location. But when the Department of Health told me, they said at that point in time there were only 7 companies in which were allowed to sell marijuana, despite the fact that I already obtained everything legally required. Alright, so naturally I sought attorneys. And as I sought attorneys, I contacted more than 800 of them. Now, of those 800, only around 30 got back, and of those 30 that got back, there was even one, there's always one that says, I don't think we even should have ever voted on it. All right, but all of them told me they would not take the case. All right, now, after I got arrested, the Bay County Sheriff Department asked me, they said, would you like an attorney? I jumped on it. I said, they got to do it no matter what. You know, they're obligated by law to represent me. All right, well, now I'm finding out from the Florida State Bar that's not the case. They never entered what I told them to enter. I told them to enter the facts. All right, the facts pertaining to my innocence or guilt. And they did not enter it. There were 3 hearings I had with those attorneys, and I explained these facts pertaining to my innocence or guilt, and they were telling me, oh no, that don't matter, that's this, marijuana's not legal. And of course, since January 3rd, 2017, marijuana is legal in the state of Florida. All right, now, as I contacted the state bar and said, all right, now, I've got a grievance against this Bay County Public Defender's Office, and her name is Lee Scott. All right, now that is where I've got a problem with it, and I figured, hey, you know, that's one possible avenue left before Florida is declared a domestic enemy state. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. All right, now, the case number doesn't really matter, but it's 20-8134. All right, now that's the case number with the Florida State Bar. Now, as I filed a grievance with them for this attorney claiming to represent me and then not entering any evidence at all, according to that judge, there was no evidence entered with a plea of no contest after I had done told this attorney representing me supposedly that I am not guilty. I own my own marijuana company. I'm a certified licensed dispensary tech with marijuana, and I'm not guilty because it's not illegal for me to have it. All I want, according to the state of Florida, according to the health department, I can have all I want, I can smoke all I want, I can do whatever. I got a licensed marijuana company, I'm certified, I can do whatever I want to with it except sell it at this point in time. That's the only thing I cannot do with it. All right, now that's our law. All right, now according to this Bay County Public Defender's Office, the law don't matter. All right, so I say, well, it does matter. Now the State Bar has responded with this. I'll read it to you. Okay, your inquiry concerning the above referenced attorney has been referred to me for my review. Now this is coming from Ms. Teresa Goodson on the State Bar Council. It says, you state that Ms. Scott was appointed to represent you in your underlying criminal case, and you allege she failed to provide effective assistance of counsel. The Florida Bar's investigation is limited to conduct of the attorney in question. The disciplinary system is not meant as a substitute for the appellate and or post-conviction process, and the bar is not permitted to intervene in criminal proceedings. I didn't ask them to. I asked them to prosecute the woman for fraudulent representation and remove her from the bar with a complaint. That's what I asked them to do. Okay, should your efforts in obtaining post-conviction relief be successful, the court's findings may provide the type of evidence necessary to provide a violation of the rules regulating the Florida Bar. Okay, meaning if I decide to sue her or whatever, then they're going to be able to put their findings into the evidence. Well, whoever side they did, it won't matter which side it is that they testify for, because they're just going to be the bar doing a review of the situation. Okay. After careful consideration, I conclude that the matters referenced in your inquiry do not constitute violations of the rules of professional conduct, and accordingly, your inquiry does not fall within the purview of the grievance system framework. Well, in other words, they're saying that I don't have a right to complain because an attorney did not represent me. And this is the Florida State Bar. Now, I'm going to finish reading and then what else this establishes as fact. Okay, let's see, as purview framework. Consequently, I have closed our record in this matter effective January 30th, 2020. Please be advised that my action does not preclude from exercising any legal remedy which may be available to you. Pursuant to the bar's records retention schedule, the computer record and file will be disposed of 1 year from the date of closing. All right, and that's January 30th. Okay, now what the state of Florida has declared, this is a real thing here. I'm not making it up. I also have a copy available of this online right now. The state of Florida is basically saying that attorneys don't have to represent who they claim to represent. And that's what the state bar has now ruled. So, if you've ever had attorneys scam you out of any money, it's because the state bar of Florida lets them. If you've ever had an attorney say, well, I'm going to have an attorney do this, and the attorney winds up screwing you and the person, it's because the state of Florida is letting them. That's right. Now, I see this as possession of pretense of sovereignty. I don't believe I'm going to have a hard time proving it. You know what that means? Do you have any idea, people of Florida, people who pay taxes to the state of Florida, do you have any idea what constituted possession of pretense of sovereignty means? It means taxation without representation. That's what it means. It means everything about 1/3 of our government is a lie, and I can prove it. That means it's a fraud. That means there is zero constituted right to collect any tax of any kind. There is one more thing in which is legally available. Now, before I go to recruiting countries with weapons of mass destruction, there is one more available thing, and that is suing the Bay County or Panama City Beach Police Department. And that's what I'm doing for unlawful abduction, because I own a marijuana company. I'm a licensed marijuana dispensary tech. I can have all the weed I want, smoke all the weed I want. The only thing I cannot legally do with it is sell it. And that is the only thing that I can't legally do with it. And this is according to the state of Florida. All right. So that's what we're looking at today. Thank you for watching.